Hello, this is Paul Kolazinski. This is one of my push and pull series of paintings. This one right here is called 5 on Red. I love that name, little gambling innuendo. Breaking the 90-degree four corner traditional painting in the 2D and in the Z plane coming out from the wall also. I'm very proud of this. So this is a regular pentagon, and I made it as precisely as my woodworking skills allow me, and stretched that canvas expertly, if I do say so myself. I've had quite a bit of practice stretching a regular flat canvas. 10 minutes. These ones are way more complicated, and some of them take a couple hours. Some of them take 6 hours to stretch because they're so difficult and challenging. I don't time it, but I might put a movie on in the background, and the movie just plays twice. And that way I'm going to guess it took me 3 hours to stretch that particular canvas, and that's common. That's a real deal likely scenario that it would take 3 hours to stretch one. This is the first time I did a pentagon. This is something I'm very proud of. The way that those lines pinch together and do really interesting things. I drew all these lines on here with a straight edge and measuring tape, so they're as straight as I can get them. It's all done. The lines are cut in freehand, but I did use a straight edge laying them out, so they're as straight as I can get them. Those lines are as parallel as I can get them. And when you see them curve, pinch in and pull out, it's because the surface is not flat. These are subtly dipping in and pushing out. You can see those lines of this geometry just showing you exactly how they're not just flat. When you put your eye around that line right there, right here, this line right here, you can see how the top line, the border line between the two different colors is exactly straight, and each color line goes in or out as your perspective moves. See that? When you're looking down on it, it pinches in. A little bit of the shadow there. I don't have these lit well. It really needs to be lit by track lighting from several points. When you do that, you do get really cool shadows, cast shadows on the wall. I don't have a great place to take pictures of my art at my house, so I'm kind of doing an impromptu right here. But these look really great lit properly in a gallery situation or a primo display situation. The 5 different colors of red talking to each other. The geometry, just really gorgeous. The level of craft that I try to employ building the actual canvas is very high. I pride myself on having a fair amount of woodworking skills to make these excellent. There's a little fold here from the canvas, which is unavoidable, but it's as clean as I can get it. And stapled on the side, on the back. And the painting is a painting in the on top, and the sculpture on the bottom. The thing is a sculpture. In school, I showed these to my sculptor friends and they would say, wow, great shape. And I'd show it to my painter friends and they'd say, wow, great color. So this is a real kind of bridging of painting and sculpture. Does it go this way or does it go that way? And it kind of depends on your perspective. I don't have that natural inclination to separate the two. I just combine them both, and that's just what's natural for me. And that is rare. In my experience, that is a rare perspective that I have. Most people are just painters. They just do portraits or landscapes, or they make clay pots and pans, dishes, cups, or they only paint in oil, etc. And here I don't have that. I don't have that choice made for me. I have too much I think that's interesting, too much I enjoy doing, and I'm very proud of this. Some of the background layer, little variations. I love seeing that. I don't want this to feel like it was made by a machine, printed out by a computer. This is done by hand. And I do like to paint very loosely, very painterly. This style of work doesn't really lend itself to that idea. The tighter they are, the better they tend to look, the better the effect works. So there's other times and places for them to be really heavily modeled and painterly. But this push and pull series tends not to be that, especially if it has a geometric design on it like this. So this one's called 5 on Red. The name of the gallery that shows my work is called Ao5 Gallery. They're in Austin, Texas. And you should check me out on Instagram and follow and love it and squeeze it and call it George. Thanks.